Stream. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to a special Lunch and Learn edition of Splat Algo. My name is Brett Taylor. Today I'm not talking about super algos. I am doing a quick presentation on getting started with cryptocurrencies for beginners. I had a personal friend ask me last week or the week before, just kind of how to get started and what to do, how to buy, things like that. So this is aimed at people who have not purchased any type of cryptocurrency yet and are looking to get into it and just get some basics out of the way, and basically just kind of focus on the Coinbase application just because it's very easy, and we will go from there. So what is a cryptocurrency is what we're going to tackle first. Then we're going to talk about some small details on what a blockchain is, what is a wallet, how can I get cryptocurrencies or buy them or trade them or whatever. How do I use Coinbase? Again, I said I'm going to go over the Coinbase app just because it's fairly simple to use, very low barrier to entry. It was actually the first exchange that I signed up for several years ago, and I think it's a good place to get started. And actually, at the time, this was the app that the person who asked me for some information was using, so it just fits. We'll talk about some other details like what is staking and what is a faucet. And then we'll go into a discussion of what all the different coins are, where you can go to get some more information. And then I will quickly talk about not advice on how to make money with crypto. Again, if you saw on the other screen here, this is not financial advice. You are buying and selling and trading at your own risk. But this should be some information to get you started and set you off on your path of discovery. So what is a cryptocurrency? It's a virtual currency that makes use of cryptography for security. Most of them are decentralized and have a distributed ledger called the blockchain. Most cryptocurrencies are pseudo-anonymous because the blockchain is public, and as it's decentralized and distributed, there are many, many different people with the full history of all the transactions that have happened. If you want to find some more information about that, there was an interesting website a while ago called the Silk Road, and there have been several documentaries about it, and I suggest looking them up. They are intended or can be used for the exchange of goods and services, but they can also be traded on an exchange similar to Forex or fiat trading, and like stocks, like the stock market. If you want to get more into that, I don't have any more info specifically, but maybe in another session I'll get more into it. So what is a blockchain? It's a digital database which records history, and it is a bunch of blocks that are literally chained together. It's generally decentralized and distributed across many servers and computers. Any addition has to go on the very end, and it must be confirmed by several different computers, basically coming to a consensus, and they all agree that this is the correct thing, and so it becomes a part of the history. Blocks cannot be inserted or edited out of line, but it is possible for the chain to be forked, and there are some pieces of history for Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are the two top, probably most well-known cryptocurrencies. I won't get into more detail than that right now, but it's pretty interesting if you want to look that up. So again, with it kind of being a currency and doing transactions, it's very similar to what you would have happen day to day with your credit card or other digital transaction, where you have a buyer who initiates a purchase. The seller checks with, in the top case, a central bank, or in your case of your Visa card or whatever, checks with the central bank that then confirms that you have the buying power, you have funds in your account, or you have credit open on your credit card, and you're in good standing, et cetera, et cetera. So it confirms to the seller that yes, you can go ahead and make the trade, and the seller delivers the goods to the buyer. Similar situation for cryptocurrencies, but the seller would then check your account balance on the blockchain. Multiple different computers or servers or nodes would confirm your balance, and then the seller would again say, okay, great, and deliver the goods. There in the top section, the central bank, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, would take a small fee for providing the service of checking the funds, transferring the funds, keeping the ledger of, in these examples, Z sent $50 to X, A sent $25 to B. Same sort of thing happens on the blockchain, where as a buyer or seller, whenever you make a transaction, you pay a small fee to cover the work that the computers are doing behind the scenes to track and manage the blockchain. And it's basically just kind of like a network reward. Those computers that are checking and updating and participating in the network, we'll get into it in, I think, maybe another slide or two, but that's in general what is called mining, when you have a proof of work situation and those servers say, I did a certain amount of work on this transaction and hopefully I get a reward for doing that work. Then another just kind of accounting thing, what is a wallet? This wallet is sort of your bank account or your credit card. It's just like a traditional wallet. Cryptocurrency wallet is a place to store your personal cryptocurrencies. It has a unique address that identifies it on the blockchain for sending and receiving cryptocurrencies. It can be digital or physical. It can be electronic or paper. You can have, if you see here, there's something that looks like a USB thumb drive called a ledger. There's a couple of different companies that make hardware wallets. There are many applications for your browser or for your phone that can act as wallets, allow you to track your money and trade. And you can also just have a QR code that you can print out and give to people. Or let's say you're running a food truck, you put the QR code up on the side of your truck, and then people can pay you money for your services. And again, you can do that with paper too. You can print out paper dollars, or just print out a piece of paper that says this is my, has the QR code, or prints out the actual physical address of it, and you can trade money that way. There's a saying, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have heard all the news about all these people getting hacked recently, and a lot of discussion about some services like Robinhood, where you don't have full control of your money, of your cryptocurrency, if you don't have full control of the passwords, the private keys, public keys, things like that. So one of the benefits of a lot of these apps and having a wallet is that you control the money. You control who has access to it, and you should keep it as safe as possible, with backup, secure passwords, things like that. So how can you or how can I get a cryptocurrency? Buy it is obviously the first option. There are many centralized exchanges like Coinbase, which allow fiat to crypto conversion. Fiat is typical money that you would use day to day, that is legal tender in many countries, like the euro, the US dollar, and crypto is obviously like Bitcoin, Ethereum, yada yada. You can see I have all these logos posted up here. There are many, many different applications, traditional applications, banking and money transfer applications that are getting into the crypto space. I actually just got an email a couple of minutes ago from Betterment, which is a robo-advisor, that they are getting into the crypto space as well. And generally, I think most crypto aficionados, or many people that are not purists or whatever, but what's the word I'm looking for? People that are just really into crypto and know a lot about it. They would probably say using something like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Robinhood to buy and sell crypto is not the best way to go about it. I don't believe that those fall into the your keys, your crypto market. Robinhood, definitely not. They are working on having a private wallet, but there's a wait list, and wait list is very long. But so these other services, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, BlockFi, FTX, Binance, those are traditional, those are more full centralized exchanges. They do have wallet apps themselves. You can send and receive money from an address, or cryptocurrencies to and from an address, and you have much more control over your currency, your cryptocurrencies, than what you may expect, or you may think that you do on an app like PayPal, Venmo, Robinhood, or Cash App, or Betterment. So anyway, centralized exchange means that you are going to one specific place, like Coinbase, that will then go through the normal stock market like trading thing, where you need to have a buyer and a seller, and then they match them up and create the market that way. Another way to get it is to earn it. So I spoke about mining a little bit before, and that's probably another term that a lot of you have heard, and that Bitcoin, for example, uses a lot of power because of the mining setups that people are running to try and create these blocks and get the rewards for doing work on the network. In general, you would probably want to be a lot more computer savvy to get into mining and look into it, but there are still some coins that you can use regular computer hardware for, and many coins like Bitcoin have moved on to having very specialized computing power called ASICs, if you want to look that up, where it's a little bit more expensive and a little bit more effort to get into it than just having your gaming computer that you can just turn on an application, have it run for a couple of hours overnight or 24/7, and just slowly eke in some rewards from helping out the network. Another way to do it is to use a browser like Brave. If you haven't heard of it, probably worth looking up. It's a very security focused browser, but it also has the idea of giving you rewards back for what websites you go to, which advertisements you see, things like that. It also allows you to tip people. If you want to send me a tip in BAT, you certainly can. BAT is the basic attention token that you get paid in for using the Brave browser. And I guess I'll get more into that a little bit later. Let's move on. You can create content online, as I just said, and receive tips or other compensation in other cryptocurrencies, depending on who wants to send you money. There are faucets, and the Brave browser could be kind of considered a faucet. A faucet is where an application or a website where you'll perform a small task to receive a small amount of crypto, just kind of like compensation for your time. Or airdrops. These are just kind of the main ways to get some free crypto. A lot of cryptocurrencies, when they're first starting, they need to kind of establish the market for themselves. And so they'll just kind of send these tokens out to people. And essentially you can get free tokens just by saying like, hey, give me some, I'll take some. There are some other ones that make you do things like go to their Facebook group and go to their Twitter and follow and like and subscribe and get some tokens. So, you know, nothing is 100% free, but some things kind of are. So, how do I use Coinbase? You essentially download the app or go to coinbase.com, create your account, and link a bank account or a debit card. Some programs do allow you to link a credit card. I would say that is dangerous, but again, you do you, however you want to do it. And then you can just buy some crypto. If you want to, I'll probably post this slideshow up online later. If you want to use my referral link, I do have a link in here. I also have the link at the end. I will show that to you. Most of these referrals are kind of like a give and a take. So if you use the referral link like this one, you'll get $10 in Bitcoin. I think you have to fund the account with $100 or something. And then obviously I will get a little bit of a kickback for referring you, which is cool. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So here's some screenshots of how to actually do this in the app. Very simple, very straightforward. You open up the app on your phone and you'll have this buy button. If you are looking at the website, on the bottom right here, you will see that there is like a little icon, looks like swap or trade. And then you can click on the buy crypto with cash. And then you'll come to this screen. You say how much you want to put in. You select which coin you want to, or which token you want to buy. And then if you want to set it up as a repeat purchase, you have the option here, one-time purchase, or set it up as recurring. And it's actually very simple and straightforward. You do pay a fee to process the transaction, and that is a normal part of crypto. What is staking? So as you are looking through the app, you will see some things, and I'll show you some screenshots in a moment, but staking is a way to get a reward by holding the cryptocurrency. Very similar to an interest-bearing savings account. Only some cryptocurrencies offer this, and these use, instead of like Bitcoin using what I called proof of work as the consensus, these use proof of stake. So you get rewarded for holding crypto. Usually automatically compounds, so it's described as an APY, annual percentage yield. They offer much higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts. The highest that I have seen for a regular staking coin is, I believe, around 20%. Usually they're somewhere in the range of, I don't know, 4 to 10%. And this, in terms of crypto, is a relatively safe investment. Obviously, you're still using crypto. The value of the actual cryptocurrency, when you want to convert it back to the US dollar, can change. May go up and down. Sometimes it's very volatile. making huge jumps like 50%, losing 50% in a day, gaining 50% in a day. But you will generally just see, every couple of days or once a month or whatever, that you're getting more and more crypto added to your account as time goes on. In the Coinbase app, you'll see this as earn interest. And then you can come in and view all the different coins that are available to you. Not all of the tokens or coins are available in all states or countries, depending on legal entities and things like that. But these are a good way to just kind of grow over time. And then we discussed a Faucet a little bit, and we'll get into some more details here. A Faucet is an application that drips very small rewards over time. Usually you have to watch like a small video or an advertisement or fill out some surveys. And each one you do, you'll get a very small amount of crypto. This is actually how I got my very first partial Bitcoins, my Satoshis. I think I got them like 2014 or something like that. I went to a Bitcoin Faucet. I got like 12 cents worth of Bitcoin, which is now worth like, I don't know, like $10 or $20, something like that. Very, to the moon. Coinbase does offer crypto rewards for watching short, informative presentations, similar to this, on different cryptocurrencies, and you will get paid, $1 or $2 or something in that cryptocurrency by going through and taking the test or, filling out the survey. And again, the Brave browser uses a basic attention token where you just use the browser and it calculates over the course of the month how much reward you get, and then you get paid. You have to link up a wallet and essentially get paid to browse the internet, which is pretty cool. So in the Coinbase app, this is the learn and earn section that you want to look for. And then you can see they have a whole bunch. These rotate over time, so they may not all be there for you, but I think I just took this screenshot the other day, and these were the ones that I had that showed up for me. So you see you can earn like a maximum of $3 or something, and learn about all these different projects, what makes them different, what they're aiming to solve, and also get yourself a little bit of crypto, essentially for free. Generally, they take like, 5 or 10 minutes to go all the way through. So what are all these different coins? There are more than 17,000 cryptocurrencies in existence today, and each day there are more that are created. Bitcoin is generally, if not generally, basically known as the very first blockchain cryptocurrency. Ethereum is regarded as being the very first blockchain platform. So the difference there is Bitcoin itself is much more an actual currency meant to be spent and saved and transacted. Ethereum is aiming to be a place where other applications can be run on top of it. And we'll get more into that in a little bit. Tether and USD coin, USDT and USDC, are two of the most popular stable coins. And a stable coin is one that aims to keep its value tracked 1-to-1 with the US dollar. There may be some others that are like made to track the euro. I'm not exactly sure, but probably wouldn't surprise me if they were out there. But I think you may have noticed that Coinbase is one of the companies that created USD coin. They offer, let's see if I can find that. They do offer 1% APY back on holding crypto on the USD coin. So if you want something that's extremely safe, generally going to, unless, the entire cryptocurrency market implodes, which is totally possible, Generally, that will always be linked 1-to-1 with the dollar. You'll get 1% per year for holding on to it. And that is a little bit better than what you probably get in your regular Bank of America or Chase bank savings account. So small gains, right? There are several different blockchains which all have their own native coin. So you will hear of Ethereum killers, Ethereum imitators, things like that. Each of those tries to be its own platform with many different coins on top of it or tokens on top of it and applications and things like that. These are all called decentralized applications or dApps or dApps, however you want to pronounce it. Each of these applications, dApps, has its own token, and they can be used for things like governing the project, just a general investment in the project, or making transactions in the application. You may hear some terms thrown around like gas fees, things like that. If you're using a centralized exchange, you don't necessarily need to worry about that. But once you start getting more into playing games and I don't know, anything more than just basic buy and hold, maybe that'll be a topic for another time. But also be aware there are tons of scams out there. Be careful. Do your own research. Anything that looks suspect probably is. And so start out small. Walk before you can run. Where can I go to get more information? All of the coins have a pretty good description written up in Coinbase itself. Generally, I would say if it is listed on a reputable top tier decentralized exchange, like if it's in the Coinbase app, it's generally safe in terms of it not being a scam. It may not be safe in terms of its value continuing to rise, but that's up to you to decide. Go to the project pages on the internet, do a little Google search and read their white papers. Figure out which ones, just like you're researching a company to invest in and buy their stock. Read up on the applications, see if they are trying to do something that you think is a problem in the world and you think it needs to be solved, or your morals align with it, or however you want to decide that this is a good project to invest in or buy the coin. You can find all the information on their project website. And then you can also go to sites like coinmarketcap.com and CoinDesk to get more information about these coins and news and things like that. The screenshot here on the right is the top 10 list on coinmarketcap.com. And you can see it shows all kinds of different information. And generally, you can just see if prices are going up and down, who's a big earner today, things like that. So this is the not financial advice page. Cryptocurrencies are very volatile. They're not necessarily good investments, but if you want to get into it, you should be very careful and make sure you understand what you're doing, understand what these tokens are, and just generally, first things first, do not ever put in more than you can afford to lose. Never give your passwords, seed phrases to your wallet, or the private keys to anybody. Always make sure that you keep them very safe. Because obviously it's basically like giving over the keys to your bank account. You don't want to let random people into your bank account. A safe thing to do would be start out very small, something like 1% of your total investment portfolio. And you'll see this term HODL, hang on for dear life, or a misspelled hold, whatever you think it means. Basically just means buy the token, think of it as a long-term investment, hold it for a long time. And in general, so far, if you bought some tokens in 2014, you'd be still up, I don't know, several thousand% or something. Even with the market being down 50% over the last year, whatever it actually is. So, long-term gains, buy and hold. What should you invest in first? Generally safe would be to start with Bitcoin and Ethereum and then move on from there. As I said here, they are the OGs of the space and kind of the originators of what they specifically do. And they're innovating all the time to deal with the problems that they have. So a lot of people think that most coins or the market itself kind of follows Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is up, generally the market is up. If Bitcoin is down, generally the market is down. You can set up recurring buys on Coinbase and a couple of the other exchanges. This would be a very good way of dollar cost averaging. So you don't just throw $1,000 in all at once and wait. Maybe you set up a $10, $20, $50, $100 buy every month or every week, every single Monday, every other week, whatever you want. But what that will do is kind of, well, look it up, dollar cost averaging. It will smooth out the peaks and the valleys of the chart, or the idea is to smooth out the peaks and the valleys of the chart so that you may not go in at the very top of the market, you may not go in at the very bottom of the market or sell at the top of the market, but over time, your average value of your coins should even out and hopefully end in a profit for you. Take advantage of staking rewards. Just like a savings account, you can make sure you get those interest percentages. That's the word I was looking for, interest. And you may be interested in getting a crypto rewards credit card. Again, another way of dollar cost averaging. As you are spending money, buying things like your groceries and gas and things like that, you every month can get your cash back in crypto. I believe, not sure exactly how many there are out there now, but Coinbase has one, Crypto.com has a very popular one, and BlockFi has a very popular one as well. So look into those if you want to have a credit card that gives you crypto rewards. They each have pluses and minuses, and pick out whichever one works for you. Once you are starting to get kind of the feel of things, the lay of the land, and you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you may want to diversify your portfolio by branching out to other coins in the top 10 list or the top 100 list, or even further down if you want, as ranked by coin market cap. Whatever your strategy is, whatever you find works for you, go ahead and do it. And just in general, the coins that are most likely to be scams are brand new, very low market cap. Some of them, like Shiba Inu or SafeMoon, or some of those have turned out to be not necessarily scams, but time will tell. At least they have built up some projects around them and are trying to do some things, but those are extremely risky. And if you do want to get in on those and kind of play the lottery more or less, make sure you know what you're doing. You understand the risks, understand how much money you can lose if you are putting money into them, and have an exit strategy. Again, not financial advice, but things to consider as you are looking at the cryptocurrency and setting up your first account. So that's basically it that I had in mind for this video. I hope you found it informative. Obviously, if you're watching this, you are probably on Twitch TV. I do these live streams at least once a week. I'm going to try and do some more of these lunch and learns every once in a while. And then I post everything up on YouTube. There's my link to my YouTube. My name is Splat Algo there on YouTube as well. And I try to stay somewhat active on Twitter. So feel free to follow me there. Like and subscribe everywhere, please, if you like what I'm doing. And then I have my referral links here. Feel free to use them. And like I said, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. The Coinbase, BlockFi, and Crypto.com are much more, if you remember from the previous slide, or several slides ago, not traditional, but centralized banks or exchanges. And Robinhood itself is a fairly popular stock trading app. And I'm not going to comment on whether you should use one or the other, but all of these should give you a little bit of starting cash. I think they're all like $10 of a reward for setting up your account and funding it. And like I said, it's a referral link, so I get a little bit of a kickback as well. That's it for me. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter, post in the comments, and I will try to get another one of these up to discuss some other topics later on. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your lunch. Peace out.